Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and today's review is on the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Soundwave with Lazerbeak. And here is Lazerbeak. And it's a very impressive mold. There's a lot of detail for such a small figure. Even though he doesn't really do anything, he's made of like a soft, rubbery plastic. And outside of the detailed eyes, I don't know if you can see it. Again, he has pretty good sculpting. So yeah, it's Lazerbeak right there. I'm going to put him off to the side. We'll talk about him again later. So now on to Soundwave. And here he is in his fairly accurate vehicle mode, which he had in the movie, which is a Mercedes, let's see, is it SLS AMG. And they have the logos there stamped, the models there stamped. And yeah, I think the best thing I'm very impressed with this vehicle mode. Not because of the looks department, but the fact that they chalked in a lot of details into this vehicle mode. And it's very, very impressive. Even to this, which I can pop off this wheel. I don't know if that's a feature or not, but you can do it. There's even detailing in here and even in there, which is very impressive. Oh, and for some reason, the wheels also have a Mercedes logo on it, which is also a nice little detail. Yeah, for some reason on mine, this wheel tends to pop off and it doesn't rotate. Other than that, he does roll quite well, which is weird. Even though this one just doesn't want to move, so it kind of slides on that one. But yeah, overall, it's a very, very nice looking vehicle mode. Very nicely detailed. So that's it for the car mode. Let's get on to the transformation. Let's see, first things first, I believe you have to pull up a little bit and bring this entire front piece down. Excuse me. Next up, you have to come here. What's the next piece? Lift this up. No, not yet. I think we'll separate the bottom half. We'll start bringing this down. I always forget this part, like what's next. I think you have to take out the doors. There we go. You have to wiggle a bit and take out the doors. These will be his arms. And then we'll go on to his legs. So bring out, separate, then rotate these down. And then this, you have to rotate this down. Is that it? You bring it down. Huh, never noticed that it kind of does an automorph or something. Feel like something's off here. No, was this always like this? There we go. Okay, there we go. You have to keep them going. I'm about to say something seemed off. Okay, there we go. You fold these all the way up, and this, you make sure you line it up with this peg. This peg. There we go. Feel a nice click, and this one already lined up. So yeah, here we have his lower half. Lower half right there. And then you click, not yet. I believe we got to do the head reveal first. So make sure you, with enough clearance, rotate. Rotate the head around. So there's the head reveal. So you have to rotate that. And then, while you have the clearance, and this part is a little tricky, that's the pop off, but there is a way to do it without popping off. Let's go to the arms. Let's see. First thing I think is lift there. Let's see, lift up, rotate. Should be lift and rotate as well. Lift, rotate. There we go. Down in. So get your nail in there. Bring out the hand. Bring in, and it'll peg into place. Just that, and there you have that arm. And then for this, it's supposed to rotate. What was the proper way of doing this? It's like bring down, whatever. But if you have to pop them off, you pop them off. But you have to get these chest pieces like this, in this angle. See if this side will let me do it. Wiggle out and rotate. Rotate, come on, don't pop off. Don't pop off. It popped off. Whatever, it can't be done. I don't know what the proper way is for before without popping it off. So same thing with this arm. Rotate. And then this lift up, rotate. And get your nail in there. And whip out his hand. The transformation is not too complicated. And then for the final piece, you have to then fold this in. Tuck it in as far as you can. And then these clips here will go into here. There we go. Yeah, he's a bit finicky. I kind of wish they would have streamlined his transformation a little bit. He is a bit finicky, but it's doable. I am annoyed that these little chest pieces, they pop off because of like how little clearance you have to mess with them. You have the head, and there we have Soundwave in his robot mode. And even though in terms of movie Soundwave, this is my least favorite version of him. Out of the two that we have, this is the one I like the least. Again, that appears in the film. I don't remember in like other medias. I'm rambling. But yeah, that being said, even though this is my least favorite version of Soundwave, from the films anyways, he still looks pretty cool. That's a pretty nice head sculpt. Nice little detailing there. He looks nice and menacing. I think the shape of him isn't half bad, although I think he's a little bit too squat for my liking. I could have sworn he was a lot bigger in the movie. I do like his stance, though. Again, design-wise, it's not bad. I still prefer his satellite version, though, from Revenge of the Fallen. That one I much prefer over this one. But as is, it's not bad. So I have an issue with him just turning into a car since he's just, he's supposed to be the communication officer. The satellite was perfect. This I felt was a step down. But that's neither here nor there. So articulation. His head is on a ball joint, but it is a little bit limited. But it is kind of on a ball joint. Arms are a bit weird because they swivel 360. Go out that far, in that far. This has its own little hinge. This can also go up and down a little bit, but that's more for transformation. Swivel there, bend at the elbow, a small bit of wrist action if you really want to. Legs can go out that far, forward, back, bend at the knee, swivel at the thigh up here, and no ankle. That's it. So yeah, compared to other studio series that I've encountered, he has slightly less. He has slightly less articulation compared to other studio series figures. But I will give it this, at least he looks good. He looks fairly close to how he does in the movie. It's impressive. But I feel that the best part of this figure is honestly his vehicle mode. The robot mode's not bad, but it lacks some articulation. And now onto his only accessory, well, one and a half accessories. Here we have Lazerbeak, which the only articulation he has is this little mini transformation, which you can see has on his feet. He has little places where you can peg them. You can peg a Soundwave onto his arm, like so. And there we have Soundwave with Lazerbeak. And I'm not gonna lie, design-wise, this looks good. It's pretty accurate, nicely detailed. But I feel that action-wise, he is a bit lacking. So that's I think is the biggest downside to this figure, is that he looks good, but function-wise, he's not that great. Compared to other studio series, he's lacking in the articulations department. And he does feel a bit smaller than he should be. Although I do like the nice touch of the Lazerbeak. This whole perching thing with the Lazerbeak, that's pretty neat. I honestly would have preferred if he had a weapon or something. Like, I don't know, that's just me. Onto size comparisons, here we have Ratchet. As you can see, he is a little bit smaller. And here is Cliff Jumper. Hold on, there we go. So yeah, he is a little bit smaller than a more or less standard-ish deluxe class. And now we come with his other accessory, which is the backdrop. And this is important right here. And this backdrop is supposed to be from, well, obviously it's from the movie Dark of the Moon, but it's Megatron's African hideout. I believe it's called the Serengeti hideout. But this is basically the base that Megatron had when he was hiding out in Africa. Where Soundwave, I think it's the one time in the film, I don't remember exactly, but I believe it's the one time in the film where Soundwave actually shows up with Lazerbeak perched on his arm. It's like where this entire thing is replicating. So yeah, overall, the figure looks good, has a lot amount of detail actually, and the Lazerbeak accessory is a neat idea. However, I feel that the execution could have been done better. I feel he's a little bit too small, and he's very limited in articulation, especially compared with other Studio Series figures. So he's one of the more middle of the road to lower tier Studio Series figures. He honestly could have been better. It also doesn't help that I am a tiny bit biased since I don't like this version of Soundwave. I much prefer the satellite version. That one I ended up liking a lot more since it makes more sense since he's, Soundwave, the communications officer. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers. So yeah, overall he's okay. Get him if you really want him. He does look really nice. I especially have to give kudos to the vehicle mode, which looks very, very nice. So yeah, this has been my review of the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Soundwave with Lazerbeak. And before signing off, like always, here is my very special person's Instagram. Please check her out. And here's my Instagram. Check me out if you feel like it. That one is not highly recommended, although I do highly recommend you check out her Instagram. Very important to me, to her, that you do that. I really appreciate it. So yeah, this is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out and be safe.